There is a war being fought, not with fists, not with weapons, but with silence, with sighs, with delays, with a subtle flicker of disapproval behind a smile. This is the war of the passive-aggressive, a psychological battlefield where intentions are masked, and the sharpest blades are the ones never drawn. But why do people choose this hidden war over direct confrontation? What drives the urge to harm without taking responsibility? What if you were the enemy in your own mind? Let's unravel this strange, quiet storm, because in the shadows of politeness, beneath the "I'm fine" and the "I don't care," lies something darker, a philosophy of power, control, and unresolved pain. Most people believe that being nice is a virtue, but what happens when that niceness becomes a cage? Passive aggression often masquerades as politeness. It's a performance, a smile that doesn't reach the eyes, a compliment laced with venom. According to Carl Jung, the human psyche is built around masks, or what he called the persona, socially acceptable face we wear in public. But beneath that mask is the shadow, the hidden, repressed parts of ourselves. Passive-aggressive behavior is the shadow's whisper. It is aggression filtered through the mask of civility. Instead of screaming, "I hate you," it says, "Oh, I just forgot to text you back for 3 weeks. Oops." It's the art of hurting without appearing to hurt. Let's go deeper. Passive-aggressive behavior is not born in the moment. It's forged in childhood when confrontation is punished, when emotions are suppressed. Children who grow up in environments where direct expression is dangerous or ignored learn to communicate pain indirectly. Psychologist Karen Horney, a neo-Freudian thinker, spoke about the moving away from people strategy, a psychological defense mechanism where one retreats emotionally while still maintaining a facade of connection. This is exactly what passive aggression does. You withdraw, but pretend to engage. You punish, but pretend to love. It's not just manipulative, it's survival coded into behavior. And the scariest part? It becomes so familiar, so natural, that the person doing it often doesn't even know they're doing it. Passive aggression has its own language. It speaks in delays, backhanded compliments, intentional forgetfulness, sarcasm disguised as humor, silence used as punishment. It's like a slow poison, not strong enough to kill, but just enough to keep you bleeding emotionally. Philosopher Michel Foucault wrote about the idea of power being most effective when it's invisible, when control is internalized, normalized, unchallenged. Passive aggression is this kind of invisible power. It is an act of domination cloaked in vulnerability. It makes the victim question themselves. Did they mean that? Am I being too sensitive? Maybe I'm imagining things. And that's the genius of it. It's psychological gaslighting in slow motion. You'd think it'd be easier to just say how you feel. But for the passive-aggressive person, confrontation feels life-threatening. Why? Because deep down, they associate direct conflict with loss of control. Alfred Adler, one of the fathers of individual psychology, believed that all human behavior is motivated by a desire to overcome feelings of inferiority. The passive-aggressive individual fears that direct confrontation will expose their vulnerability, their weakness. So instead, they create psychological traps. They provoke guilt. They manipulate with withdrawal. They win by never playing the game directly. It's a paradox. They want you to suffer, but they also want to be seen as the victim. They're fighting a battle they'll never admit they started. There's something seductive about being the victim. When you're the victim, you're never responsible. You're always innocent. You're always justified. This is the core mechanism of passive-aggressive behavior. By framing themselves as the hurt party, passive-aggressive people can punish without guilt. They can lash out emotionally, while still maintaining the illusion of innocence. It's a manipulation tactic that Nietzsche would have called slave morality. A value system where weakness is turned into a kind of moral superiority. Instead of saying, I am powerful, they say. You hurt me. You owe me. It's power disguised as pain. And when that tactic becomes a lifestyle, relationships become a battleground of unspoken expectations and invisible punishments. So how do you recognize a passive-aggressive person? Look for chronic lateness, especially when it inconveniences you. Sarcastic jabs that always come with "just kidding," stonewalling, or the silent treatment after minor disagreements. The phrase, "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed." It's not always obvious, but the pattern never lies. You'll always feel like you're being punished, even when no one says a word. And worse, when you call it out, they flip it on you. You're too sensitive. You're imagining things. I didn't mean it that way. The ultimate defense of the passive-aggressive mind. Plausible deniability. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Passive aggression isn't just something others do, it's something you do. We all do. Every time you suppress your anger but act cold, every time you say it's fine when it's not, every time you want revenge but don't have the courage to admit it, that's the shadow at work. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So stop pretending. You're not kind when you're being silent and bitter. You're not a victim when you're secretly hoping they suffer. You are a participant in the war of avoidance." So, how do you win the war? You don't by playing the same game. You win by ending it through self-awareness, through brutal honesty, through choosing to express pain directly rather than disguise it. It's not about being louder, it's about being clearer. The world is already full of manipulation, of fake smiles and veiled hostility. But if you want peace, if you want true strength, you'll have to stop waging wars you refuse to admit you're fighting. Because in the end, real power isn't found in silence. It's found in truth. Don't forget to like and subscribe to join us next time for more deep dives.